In this class, now I am going to explain you 12th standard statistics. You know, you have been learning this statistics chapter from 6th standard onwards. In the 6th standard and 7th standard, you used to call the chapter name as data handling. And in 8th, 9th, 10th, you measured measures of central tendency, which are nothing but how to find mean, mode, median of grouped and ungrouped data. Now we came to the 12th standard. In this 12th standard, we measure measures of dispersion. What do we measure here? Measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion. This is 12th standard statistics. See, under this measures of dispersion, first we measure how to find the range of the data, and then we learn mean deviation. This mean deviation we measure about their mean, about their median. Even you can find mean deviation about their mode also, but which kind of questions can't be expected in the competitive exams. After this, we learn how to find variancy of the data. Variancy. This is denoted by sigma square. Next, fourth, standard deviation. Standard deviation. Next, variancy, coefficient of variancy. Coefficient of variancy. Now let us discuss one by one. See the first one, range. Data will be given to you and they will question you to find what is the range of the data. Simply you have to take the difference of maximum value minus minimum value. Maximum value minus minimum value of the data is known as a range. You know, this you come across it in the schooling. Now let us go to the mean deviation. Mean deviation. See, first I explain you how to find mean deviation of ungrouped data about their mean, about their median. Then we will go to how to find mean deviation of grouped data from the mean, from the median. Now there is one ungrouped data given like this: x1 comma x2 comma x3 and so on xn. This is ungrouped data is given, and find whose mean deviation from their mean. This is the question. Then how do you find mean deviation from their mean? Means first you have to find average of all these observations. See, how do you find average? x1 plus x2 plus x3 and so on xn, sum of all the observations by total number of observations. You got the mean. Next, prepare the absolute deviations from the mean, which are nothing but C. Here, write the observations here, x1, x2, x3 and so on xn. These are given observations. Next, measure. Here you have prepared the mean, keep it aside and prepare these deviations from their mean. Deviations. x1 minus x bar, put it modulus symbol because absolute values you have to collect. And x2 minus x bar, this is second column which you have to prepare, and so on. x3 minus x bar, xn minus x bar. You have prepared absolute deviations from the mean. Already we prepared x bar, means mean of the given data, and that mean must be subtracted from all these observations, and you have to take whose absolute values, means this must be taken as positive, or sometimes you may get as 0 also, but never be negative, and take their average. That is known as mean deviation. Mean deviation, which is equal to sum of all these deviations. Like put sigma symbol. I runs from 1 to n mod of xi minus x bar whole by n number of observations. So this is the mean deviation of ungrouped data, which is measured by their mean. So sometimes they may ask you, find the mean deviation about the given ungrouped data from their median. So in such case, you know how to find median of ungrouped data. So you have learnt in the 10th standard. You use it to write the observations in ascending order, and if the data contains odd number of observations, then you said their middle value is median. If the data contains even number of observations, you would have to identify middle two observations whose average you have to take. So that is denoted by capital M. So in such case you have to subtract that median from all these observations. In the place of x bar, simply you have to write capital M, means that is the median of the data. So write here summation I runs from 1 to n xi minus capital M by n, where m represents median of the data, n represents number of observations. So xi, I runs from 1 to n are given observations. So those are the two formulas which we use to find mean deviation from their mean, from their median for the ungrouped data. Sometimes you will get data like this. See students, data means observations, and along with whose frequencies f1, f2, f3 and so on fn. Now in this case, how to prepare mean of the data, you know. You use sigma fx by sigma f, that is nothing but n. x1 is one observation repeating f1 times. So these are observations. So these are frequencies. X1 is occurring F1 times, X2 is occurring F2 times, and so on. So in such case you have to prepare Fx. Take the product of these two, X1 F1, X2 F2, and so on, Xn Fn. Now add all of them, you get sigma Fx. The sigma Fx you have to write here and divide with sum of all the frequencies, that is n sigma f. Then you will get x bar. Now prepare deviations. Here deviations. So xi minus x bar. Now write here x1 minus x bar, x2 minus x bar, and so on, xn minus x bar. Now get their sum, sigma xi minus x bar. I runs from 1 to n. Okay students, here I runs from 1 to n. You have prepared sum of absolute deviations which are measured from their mean. Now go to the mean deviation. Okay, substitute this value in the numerator. I runs from 1 to n mod of xi minus x bar by sigma fi. I runs from 1 to n. Same median also. For this data, how to find median you know. So get their median and in the place of x bar write their m. That's it. So that you will get mean deviation of the data from their median. Okay students. See. How to find median, do you know for this kind of data? I explain you if you want. So this type of data will be given to you and you have to find. See, whose cumulative frequency? Cumulative frequency, you know, actually that is called less than cumulative frequency. Here you have to write F1. Now F1 plus F2. Here F1 plus F2 plus F3 and so on. F1 plus F2 plus F3 Fn. This is called cumulative frequency. How to prepare this, you know, you learned in the 10th standard statistics. So prepare n by 2. This will be called median class. N means what? Sum of all these frequencies. Sigma f by n. You get one result. Where this result is belonging, you have to check. Maybe this value may be belonging to this interval. So you have to highlight this class as median class, and this observation is known as median of the data. Okay students, prepare this n by 2. You may get one result. Where does it belong in this less than cumulative frequency? You have to check. Suppose if it belongs to this class. Okay, so this data, then what is the respective observation of this class? X3. That X3 is the median of the data, so that you have to take as m. Now you have to prepare the mean deviations from their median. How? Same like previous one. Mean deviation, which is equal to summation I runs from 1 to n modulus of xi minus capital M here by sigma f. Okay students, like this you have to find mean deviation of this discrete data. What we have to call this kind of data? This is also comes under ungrouped data only, but along with frequency, along with observations, frequencies are given. Okay, students, discrete frequency distribution. What we have to call this one? Discrete frequency distribution. Discrete frequency distribution table. You can also call like this. Now let us go to grouped data. You know, grouped data. So, in which we have to convert into the continuous frequency distribution. You know, meaning of continuous frequency distribution table, which we have learnt in the 9th 10th standard. So they use it to give classes. Okay, so types of classes also you know. So you have to convert the classes into the continuous. If it is given, okay. If it is not given, you have to convert into the continuous classes. So in the continuous classes, upper boundary of one class is equal to the lower boundary of very next class. Okay. So if the data is given like that, that is called continuous frequency distribution. For that continuous frequency distribution, how to prepare mean and median you know. Okay. See, this is x bar, which is equal to capital A plus 1 by n sigma fi di into h, where di is xi minus a by h. So this is deviation. So you know, you have learnt in the 10th standard how to find mean of the continuous frequency distribution table. Okay students, group data will be given to you along with classes and frequencies, and they will ask you to find mean. So you have to use this formula. X bar represents mean of the data. A is the mid value of the mean class. You have to take one class as mean class now. So that class mid value is A. If you go to the CBSE, so in the CBSE textbooks we find that mid values as class marks. A represents class mark of mean class. N is sum of all the frequencies. So DI you have to prepare like this, xi minus A by h, where xi represents frequency of first class, x2 represents frequency of second class, and so on. So h is the length of mean class. How to find length you know, upper boundary minus lower boundary of the mean class, so that you will get h. Now here sigma fi di is given 1 by n. Di means deviation. So deviation should be measured by this formula, xi minus a by h. What is h here? Class length. Which class? Mean class length. So now prepare x bar. You got the mean na? So same apply the previous formula. Mean deviation is equal to, see students, see how you have to prepare? Summation. So subtract x bar from every observation. See, you can apply this for, see you prepared x bar na? Now fi modulus of xi minus x bar by sigma f. Okay students, so this formula you have to apply to find mean deviation. See, classes will be given to you like this students, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, okay, and so on, right? So like 90 to 100, and whose frequencies will be given to F1, F2, F3 and so on. Now use this formula to find mean deviation of that data. Sigma Fi. As I said to you in the previous one, descriptive continuous distribution. Sigma Fx by n. Sigma F into xi minus x bar by sigma Fi. I said to you, no. So here you have to use this formula. Okay, students. I hope you have understood this. Next, same, how to find mean deviation from their median. So what is the formula to find the median? M is equal to, L plus n by 2 minus LCF. Okay, students, CF you use it to write there, CF by capital N, no? So into H or small f here, small f. This is a median formula which you learnt in the 10th standard. L means lower boundary of the class. H means lower boundary of which class? Median class. You have to take one class as median class. You prepare n by 2 and whichever value you get from here, that you have to check in the cumulative frequency where it belongs. So that class is known as median class. So L represents lower boundary of median class. H represents size of the median class. F means frequency of median class. CF means preceding cumulative frequency of median class. N means sum of all the frequencies. Get all these values from that given continuous frequency distribution table and furnish here and simplify, you will get M. After getting M, same you have to apply same formula. Mean deviation is equal to modulus of mean deviation summation I runs from 1 to n Fi into xi minus m by sigma F or I, Fi. I runs from 1 to n. Use this formula so that you will get mean deviation. Okay, students. Till now what did we do? We prepared mean deviation of ungrouped data, grouped data. So in the ungrouped data, sometimes only observations will be given to you. And in such case, how to find mean deviation, we have learned. Sometimes along with the observations, frequency will be given to you. In such case, you have to prepare mean aside and that mean must be subtracted from all the observations and you have to take whose absolute deviations and then you have to find mean deviation. And we came to the grouped data. In the grouped data also, same like ungrouped data, but here formulas are different. So you have to find mean separately, median separately. Then you have to find whose deviations. Whose deviations from this mean and median. Then you have to apply this formula to find mean deviation about their median and about their mean. I hope you have understood this mean deviation. Now let us go to variance of ungrouped data and grouped data. If ungrouped data is given like this, x1, x2, x3 and so on, how do you find whose variance? Same, you have to prepare the deviations from their mean, but whose Squares average will be given variance, that is denoted by the letter sigma. Square will be given variance. So it's here xi minus x bar whole square. So x2 minus x bar whole square and so on. Xn minus x bar whole square whole by number of observations L. This is also can be written as summation I runs from 1 to n mod of xi minus x bar whole square by n. This is variance formula for ungrouped data. Okay students, but sometimes along with these observations, what will be given to you? Frequencies like f1, x1 occurs f1 times, x2 occurs f2 times, x3 occurs f3 times and so on, xn occurs fn time. In this case, same like previous one, you have to prepare x bar aside and sigma square which is equal to, tell me, I runs from 1 to n. Now fi xi minus x bar whole by sigma f. This formula you have to apply. Sigma f means the sum of all these frequencies. If you want to write, you can. I runs from 1 to n. So here whole square should be applied. Okay students, even for the grouped data also same formula. For the grouped data, you know x bar, just now we read how to find mean of the grouped data, a plus 1 by n sigma fi di into h. Use that formula and prepare the mean and apply this formula. Okay students, here frequencies will be given to you and prepare the xi minus x bar whole square, so that you will get variance. Okay students, see, even this formula you can extend to other form. See that, expand it here, fi, here it is looking like a minus b whole square na. Expand it. If you apply a minus b whole square for this, you will get xi square plus x bar square minus 2xi x bar. Now if you send fi inside, fi xi square, so here fi x bar square minus 2 fi xi x bar. Now in the down, sigma f is there. Sigma f means the sum of all the observations. In some books they represent this one with capital N also. Capital N, which means that sum of all the frequencies. See, now before this sigma symbol is there. Now apply sigma symbol to for all of them. Sigma fi xi square. Now x bar square, keep it outside. X bar square sigma fi. Now here x bar square keep outside. 2 into sigma fi xi. Now divide all of them with sigma f. Sigma f means sum of all the frequencies, that is nothing but n. Now see students, this is what? Sigma square, variance. You know students, sigma f is nothing but See here, sigma fi, sum of all observations, sum of all observations, both will be get cancelled. Now what is left? What is left, Amma? X bar square means mean. So here fi xi by sigma f. This is nothing but what? Here, this is nothing but what? Mean only, na? So here, sigma fi xi square by sigma f. So here x bar square minus here 2x bar. So this is nothing but x bar only. X bar into x bar square. Both are like terms. So simplify. So sigma fi xi square by sigma fi. Okay. I runs from 1 to n. If you want to write I n, you can, otherwise not required. Both are same. So 2 into x bar square, no, x bar square minus 2x bar square, which is equal to minus x bar square. So what do you get, students? Minus x bar square you will get. This is nothing but mean. Even you can write this formula as like this, sigma square, which is equal to sigma fi xi square by sigma f, you can write capital N. Now how to find this mean, you know, x bar square. So we have various formulas to find x bar, like based on the data. If it is grouped, then apply the grouped data formula to find the mean. Mean prepare aside and substitute here, so that you will get variance. Okay students, I hope you have understood this explanation. Now let us go to learn how to find standard deviation. Standard deviation. Standard deviation. It is very easy. Standard deviation is nothing but square root of a variance. If you find the square root of variance, you get this positive sigma, no? This positive sigma represents standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation is always positive. Okay, remember that point. Just variance, how to prepare variance you have learnt. Just you have to take whose square root to get the standard deviation. Next what you have to learn? Coefficient of variance. Coefficient of variance. So this is the formula. Sigma means standard deviation by x bar into 100. So if you apply this formula, you get coefficient of variance. And two datas will be given to you, and they will ask us to verify the datas, which is consistent, which is preferable data. So in such case, you have to prepare this coefficient of variance. So two datas will be given to you, know. For the two datas, you have to prepare coefficient of variance. After preparing the coefficient of variance of two datas, whichever data is having less coefficient of variance, that is more relevant to us. The data can be any data, but which is preferable to us to purchase some goods or any information, which is relevant to us or preferable to us means, so after getting the coefficient of variance which is small, that is very relevant to us. Remember that point. So I hope you have understood this statistics concept, how to measure range and mean deviation from their mean and median for grouped and ungrouped data, and also we learnt how to find variance of grouped and ungrouped data, and we learnt meaning of standard deviation and coefficient of variance. So this is the complete concept of 12th standard statistics. I hope you have understood this class and it helps you in your G preparation. Thank you one and all. I am requesting you to subscribe, like and share my channel so that my classes reaches to many people. Thank you one and all.